Good evening. An investigation by the BBC has uncovered evidence of historical sexual and physical abuse at a former Catholic school in Worcestershire. A dozen ex-pupils of St Gilbert's have made allegations spanning more than 20 years, from 1945 to 1969. At the centre of what's now become a police inquiry are two Christian brothers of the De La Salle order who taught at the approved school. You may find some aspects of Pam Caulfield's report upsetting.
This is a story of shocking abuse over years, perhaps decades. And it's the first time Joe Riley's ever told his story in public. He's travelling back to a place he's not seen in 30 years that still gives him nightmares. Brought up in Birmingham, he was 12 when he was committed to St Gilbert's approved school in Worcestershire for petty crime and vandalism.
I don't know whether everybody got abused, but I got raped. The bottom left-hand side was the headmaster's office. In there, trousers down, whack, 6 times. And I could feel the blood running down my legs. And Brother Joseph then tried to interfere with me.
St Gilbert's approved school at Worsley House opened in 1945 as a home for young offenders. All of them were Catholic boys. Joe claims he was sexually abused by both the headmaster, Robert Joseph McHale, and this teacher, Brother Joseph Roderick Nicholson.
You've been singing hymns and everything, and you'd come out, and that's what they do to you after the church. It doesn't seem right that should happen. That you 1 minute you're on your knees praying to the Lord, and the next minute you're being forced to do things that's wrong. That the good Lord says you're not supposed to do.
Joe says he and some other school friends came here to a cottage in the village of Hartlebury, which at the time was a small police station. He says they posted a note through the door to say they were being abused at the school, but nothing was done about it.
To see the misery caused to young children, in Joe's eyes you could see that he's been living with that all his life, and children shouldn't have to put up with that. And the great tragedy is that it took very good investigative journalism to reveal this, not criminal inquiries when they could have taken place when the allegations were made years ago.
First tonight, the BBC has uncovered a sadistic regime of child abuse at a Catholic school in Worcestershire. It went on for decades, and many of the victims say they were ignored until our reporter Pam Caulfield broke the story.
Hello, welcome to Midlands Today. The headlines tonight.
The story broke in December.
And sexually assaulted, shocking claims of historical abuse at a former Catholic school in Worcestershire.
When I first met Joe and I heard his story, and also the kind of emotion that he put across, and just listening to something like that, I mean, I'd never heard anything like that before. But, I had to try and find out, is it true?
Pam's heading to London for another interview. Joe's courage in that first report has inspired another victim to speak out. Victor Aldridge was sent to St Gilbert's in 1963, 2 years after Joe Riley left. He was a tough 12-year-old, no stranger to the police, but no match for the brothers.
All of them. Absolute brutal men. If I see them along the street now, and they was old enough or they was fit enough to hold their hands up, I'd bash the life out of all of them, because that's the resentment that they give you,
And BBC Hereford and Worcester's reporter Pam Caulfield joins me now. Pam, there have been some interesting developments on this just this evening involving the Pope.
Yes, Mary, we can reveal this is going right to the top. The Pope set up a new commission with the aim of helping young people and those who've been abused. Now, it meets for the first time in Rome next week. It's got 9 members, and I've not long got off the phone to one of them. He's Peter Saunders. He's the head of a national abuse charity. Now, he says he's going to bring the results of the St Gilbert's investigation to that commission next week, which reports directly to Pope Francis. Good evening and welcome to Friday's Late News. Concerns have been raised over the amount of mental health support for older people in Jersey. Today it's been revealed there's just one part-time psychologist for all those over 65. The political body that holds Jersey's health service to account said it was alarming. Tim Robinson reports. Mobile phone companies who want to offer a faster 4G internet service could have to pay Guernsey 2% of the money they make from it. The Commerce and Employment Department wants to bring in charges for the use of the radio spectrum. That's the specific frequencies needed to run phone and data services. Penny Elderfield reports. More than £15,000 has been raised in Jersey to help the victims of Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. Members of Jersey's Filipino community presented the cheque to the bailiff Michael Burt today. The money has been raised from food fairs, music events and donations. It'll go towards providing shelter, food and medical supplies for the victims of the storm. Sport now, and in rugby, Jersey face Ealing Trailfinders at home tomorrow. The teams are the bottom two in the championship, and with one side going down at the end of the season, Jersey have described it as a must-win clash.
It's a hugely important game for the club.
And we'll have all the pictures from that game on BBC One on Monday night's programme. And Tim Pryor and Richard Collinson will be live with full match commentary from BBC Jersey as they face Ealing at St Peter tomorrow. That is from 2:30 tomorrow on BBC Radio Jersey. And now with the all-important weather for this weekend, all that Christmas shopping to be done, here's David Brain. Not too bad then for the last weekend of November. We'll be back on Monday at 6:30. Good night.
Thousands of people, over 60 acts, one aim, to have a good time. Welcome to Jersey Live.
The Ormer, one of the gems of Guernsey, and they're being decorated here tonight. One of the many activities happening at the Via Marche. It's all being set up at the moment, but we're joined by one of the organisers, Martin Ozan. Martin, just tell me what people can expect from tonight. So, bit of a PE lesson with a difference for these Year 8 pupils here at Langford Sports Centre in Jersey. They're all shooting hoops at the moment. Ben's just about to go for it. Oh, a narrow miss. Come over here, Ben, let's have a chat. Ben's 13, he's been taking part in this today. How have you found it so far?
It's really fun to play different sports in your PE, and this is really different.
Flying into Jersey in the 1930s was quite different to now. No baggage conveyor belts, security checks, or even a proper runway for that matter. It was simply a sandy beach. And over 75 years since it closed, this memorial's been put here at West Park to mark some of those first flights connecting Jersey to the wider world.
Hello, I'm Pam Caulfield with the latest from the Channel Islands. There's an alarming lack of mental health support for older people in Jersey. The health watchdog's concerned there's only one part-time psychologist for over 65s. And Guernsey's government plans to charge mobile phone companies wanting to offer faster 4G internet. It'll be 2% of whatever they make. Tomorrow's weather, mainly fair with sunny periods, highs of 9 degrees and moderate winds are possible in places.